Yeah, so I mean, when I was in the courtroom, I was just trying to see like I have my very like vigilant of like my surroundings because like anything could happen anytime. So I'm looking around. At first, when I first got there, I looked over and I was like, "Is that the guy?" I'm like looking back. I'm like, "Is that the guy that like because I haven't seen him. Like I didn't want to see him." So I look over. I'm like, "Is that the guy?" And a couple minutes go by. I'm just looking straight, waiting for everybody, and then I move over to the front row. I'm over to the front row where we were all supposed to sit, and then look over again. And I look over, and I'm like trying to see if he sees like if I see any sympathy in his eyes. And the mom was just like staring me down, and I'm like, and Joshua like he kind of looked at me and just kind of looked down. Like I don't know, he just looked at me and looked away. He stared at me for like a 2 seconds, and then the mom just kept beaming her eye, like she kept beaming like at me, just until I looked away. Then I peeked again, and then she was still staring at me, and I was like, like it feels like I'm the bad guy. I'm not trying to be like, what? Like I'm not the bad guy. Like your son literally killed somebody. Like, I didn't do anything. Like we're just trying to. We're not trying. It's not like we're over here trying to like incriminate your son. No, your son killed somebody. And he's getting away with it. He can't get away with it because it's not right. Like that's a felony. He's also had a misdemeanor. Okay, he's not good for society. Like you throw him in jail for a little bit. You know what I'm saying? Like it's the so when we're walking out, I did hear kind of like like laughing or snickering. Um, and my sister said that they were laughing at us. I just didn't want to look that way at all because I knew that's probably what they were doing. So yeah, so they're telling me yeah they were snickering and they were laughing and it's like if you're sorry you're not gonna be laughing, you're celebrating, and that's what it feels like they're doing. They were celebrating and laughing at us like okay, like y'all didn't lose anybody, that's why y'all are so happy, you know.
They were waving.
They
They
were
were waving
waving
like
too, like
bye.
waving us by. They were saying bye bye. It's like okay, see, like it's just they they don't see us as humans. That's what it is. They're not good people. They don't see us as humans. They don't see us as uh, peers, Because if they were to see us as peers, they'd be like, okay, well we're sorry, like, and he would have actually stood up and said, you know what, Judge, I'm sorry. They said he couldn't say sorry a lot throughout this whole year because of some law shit, but but when you were there in front of the judge, there's nothing stopping you from saying sorry. The lawyer had to sit there and say sorry for you. And I told the judge, I was like, I'm not gonna leave here until I hear a sorry, you know. But instead of Joshua Brown saying sorry or apologizing, he didn't have to apologize to me as long as he apologized to his parents,
He
because you
had the
took their.
opportunity to apologize.
Yeah, you had all the freaking opportunity. We
The
were there for
lawyer
like
said he was
probably
sorry,
3 hours.
but he never said it.
He never said anything,
He had the
you know.
opportunity to literally be like, guys,
Stand
I
up as
really
a man.
apologize. I know it's a tragedy, but I'm sorry. Like, deep from my heart, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
None of it. Like,
If you're a good person, and because they were talking a bunch of God, and I believe in God too, yeah. But I'm like, but as a person of God, you don't just sit there and okay, like I'm not gonna say sorry. Like they feel like they're entitled that they're not gonna say sorry. Like they don't have to say sorry. Just by them giving us whatever they gave us, they're like, okay, that's our sorry. No, we want to hear all of it. Like
or not even to
all
say I'm sorry. Like,
yeah.
don't mock us.
Yeah, don't mock
We on
us.
sorrow. We hurting.
Yeah.
Like, why would you like do that? You're not supposed to like. If you're really sorry for the family, our tragedy, why would you laugh at us?
Yeah.
Like, dude, that gives me
Or
goosebumps,
be
bro.
around
Like,
people that are gonna laugh
yeah.
at us. Like, it's
So you guys like animals.
like animals, bro.
Shit.
Like
Not
we were
animals. Animals get treated better than us.
yeah. Like we're over here she was trying to contribute to society. I'm contributing to society. We build most of America. We go out there, we build, and legally. I go out there and build this damn country legally. There's so many projects I've been on that I've done so much for this damn country, you know. And what does he do? Run a little body shop, and gets inspections passed for them legal tents. When I told the judges that, they didn't want to hear none of that. I told them I want to know who's responsible for the tent being passed like that? Who passed that inspection for that? And then later we found out that they actually have a shop. I'm like, if you put two and two together, Judge, it doesn't take an engineer or it doesn't take a genius to figure out, that like they passed that. That's illegal itself. That shuts you all down. I would have been happy with that too. At least shut them down. At least for them passing the dang lights being like that and windshield being like that, shut them down. That would have given me more peace of mind too. Yeah, but nah, I don't know. They don't care about us. We're getting tired of it. They keep, especially now with all this immigration stuff, that they don't care about us. They're just treating us like crap, and I'm getting tired of it. As people, as Hispanics, blacks, we gotta just come together and realize that it ain't us against us. It's everybody else. It doesn't matter how much you make. It doesn't matter how old you are, man. They're not gonna. If this happened to a black person or a Hispanic person, they're not gonna do anything. But if it would have been a blue-eyed white girl, they would have been all down the street. When we were here, they were just kicking us out. They're like, oh, y'all gonna have to move or regroup somewhere else. Or they'd be out here looking, they'd be on their chest, dragging their stuff across the dang grass to find all the evidence, And I hope Trooper Lynch gets held accountable. The whole time he was just looking down. He didn't have nothing to say for himself. They asked, do you want to say anything, Trooper Lynch? Just shook his head no. I was like, nope. Looked down. When he's walking past me and my mom when we were outside the courtroom, just looking down, They showed more sympathy to Joshua. Like, I'm just ready to get this court over with, and all this over with. I just wanna, if the judge was got convinced by that sob story about Joshua being a good person just by looking at some papers. I mean, that's the judge, That's on them, But I just want the community to know to be careful, watch your babies, because these whites will hit your babies and they'll get away with it, Especially if you're Hispanic, just keep your babies close, because like Daniela was just living her summer, She was 17. She was at a friend's house, and took her life. They said the guy that killed Danny was able to go home today after what he did to Danny. Do you think that's fair?
No.
Why don't you think that's fair?
Because it's not fair that we lost somebody and he's not in jail.
Yeah.
That's not even fair.
Yeah, you take somebody away from us, and we don't want anything to happen to you, but we just want you to be locked away so you don't do it to anybody else, Because what if this happened again,
Yeah.
Or, you know what I'm saying? Just because they don't let him drive for a little bit doesn't mean he's not gonna go do it again,
One time I went to playground with Donnie.
Remember that one time she took you to a celebration station?
What celebration station?
Remember Celebration Station in Greensboro? Where the carts are at? The go-karts are at? The games? All the games? It's like Chuck E. Cheese.
Like Chuck E.
I think you were little. You were little. And she took you out to go play the games.
Oh.
You remember. Do you think if you did something bad, you'd have to go to jail? If you did something bad, you'd go to jail, right?
Hmm?
Do you believe that'd be right?